A new scheme to allow community groups to sponsor a refugee family has been launched as part of the government's plan to resettle thousands of the most vulnerable refugees in the UK. The Archbishop of Canterbury, who'll himself house a family of refugees in a cottage at his London residence, says many of those coming to the UK have experienced trauma and now need love. Our diplomatic correspondent Caroline Hawley reports.
How much do you think you can lift, Sally?
55.
It's tough to have to start again, but that's what these Syrians who've come to the UK under the government's Vulnerable Persons Relocation Scheme have to do.
This is why every company...
They're studying for a qualification in the construction industry, and the class is funded by the aid agency World Jewish Relief.
Your employer...
The men in the group all have disabled or sick children.
I'll start again.
Asma, an architect from Homs who didn't want to be identified, lost her entire family when a missile hit her home while she was out at the shops. Mohammed Salem, a carpenter, showed me photos of his 4-year-old boy Anas in hospital. The course, he says, will benefit his family as well as him. I would have to be a cleaner if I wasn't doing this, he says. This is very important for our future. It's been announced that Lambeth Palace, home to the Archbishop of Canterbury, is also now home to a Syrian refugee family. The new scheme, unveiled by the new Home Secretary, is designed to harness public goodwill.
If we want to make sure that families coming to our country are really welcomed into this country, then the best way to do that is to get the communities themselves to say, you know what, we want to welcome a family, we want to help them, and we're going to set up the system for doing that. We might bring them round bowls of food, we might help them take their children to school. There's going to be as much more engagement by the local community.
People live best in community. They live best when they're surrounded not only by provision, but also by love.
Okay? If you want more, you come back. Okay?
The West London Synagogue of British Jews opens its doors every month for destitute asylum seekers to come and pick up food and clothes. With the new government scheme, it's now planning to sponsor a Syrian refugee family.
We can all see after the referendum there's been concern over the toxic environment relating to people who appear other, racist attacks happening. And this seems to me a good way forward for the government to show that actually we welcome refugees into this country.
Of 20,000 Syrian refugees promised homes in the UK, 1,800 have arrived so far. The new scheme should mean that some of them yet to come get a more personal welcome. Caroline Hawley, BBC News.